Hi guys, Eclectic and Practice here. Happy Sunday. So today I want to talk to you about art. It communicates on so many levels, and it's connected in all sorts of ways. For example, psychology. You could have a weird dream, for example, and you're inspired to create a painting or a drawing of it or something 3D even. Another example, if you're going through a traumatic experience in life, art therapy could be a way to go. Or you just do art as a way to heal and you don't have to necessarily see an art therapist. And also with music, I mean, drawing music, yeah, haha. uh, Doing drawing or painting or sculpting or any form of artwork while you're listening to, say, Debussy in the background, or it could be any music, not necessarily Debussy. It could be punk music, it could be country, it could be jazz, whatever you want, of course. The media today, TV, the radio, another example, and just the artistry behind that. Cooking's another great example. I, I'm sure you get the idea. So this also leads me to being a studio art major at Cuba Community College. And this takes back to 3 years ago, roughly. I've been in Cuba Records off and on since attending CCC as an art major. And one time 3 years ago, we went on this field trip to Syracuse. There's this recording area called Subcat. So we got to see like the recording studios, instruments, and so on. And there was an area where you could speak into a microphone and they adjust the speed of how you're talking. Like you could sound like a chipmunk 1 minute and then sound like you're talking in slow motion the next. It was pretty funny hearing other people, talk, and then the speed is adjusted. And after that, we went to Golden Corral. And then after that, we went to Syracuse University to check out their recording studio. And I remember Professor Cortese, you've seen him in one or two of my clips in the past, the longer ones, anyways. He plays the drums and is a phenomenal drummer. And he got to do a demonstration, so we got to hear how everything sounded and recorded and stuff. And something resonated with me about that. And just, I don't know, it's just something about Professor Cortese playing on those drums. And not just the fact that art and music or media arts is a connection, although that definitely is a factor. But something resonated with me as far as that goes, maybe possibly going into the future and stuff. The following day, I had a seminar. It was an extra credit assignment. I was taking two-dimensional design at the time, and we were given this extra credit opportunity to travel to Union Springs. That's west of Auburn. I think it's like maybe 40 minutes west from where I live. And we saw this Truth Tellers movie. It's this artist, I can't remember his name, but he would be an artist I would consider once I remember his name to do like at a later video. Um, the movie had something to do with doing artwork based off of people who have, stood up for like racial justice and social equality, environment, stuff like that. And I was given an extra credit assignment to either write a reflection paper or do like a reflection art piece. So I did a drawing of a building, like a recording studio building, because I recently went to the Subcat trip and having music notes, and because music does connect, and I, it was something along those lines. I mean, it was 3 years ago, so I'm having a hard time remembering a little bit. But one of these times, I'll have to take a picture of this art piece and show it to you guys. Like put it in a post or something. Let's see. And then fast forward to approximately a month or so ago when NAMI came to the equation. So printmaking class was in the equation at the time, or I was in printmaking class, and the professor asked me to do a sign, like a mental health sign, asked me if I'd like to volunteer, and I accepted. And I did that sign about being imperfect is what makes you perfect, or something along those lines, or you're perfectly imperfect. I can't remember exactly, but it's in one of my video clips. And after I did the sign, I met Mrs. Wazilenko. She's a wonderful lady, and I hope she gets to watch this and hear that. She and I met after I did the sign, and she asked me if I could join NAMI, and I accepted. And something resonated with me on that also. Mrs. Wazilenko, there was something about her that I really liked, and I was strongly gravitated to her. And I have a feeling the feelings were mutual. And something about NAMI is resonating with me in addition to like Hugo Records and DJing and art. And there's got to be something there in the future. I'm not exactly sure what, but best not to overthink it and best to just go with it, but something to keep in the back of my mind as I continue on. See what happens, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see how that would take. And in addition, speaking of art, I've been, there's other subjects that art can be connected. At the Reef, I work with a guy, and great guy, very intelligent. He's also been telling me about astrotheology and sacred geometry and Freemasonry is another one. So the symbols, maybe not the subjects itself right now, but the symbols and doing something artistic with it. And also, originally, before I came out to upstate New York in the summer of '95, I'm originally from Spokane. And some of the buildings and some of the parks that are there have been on my mind. And older computer games as well, actually. Maybe I could do an art piece on it. See what happens. I definitely know I kind of want to do something artistic, like involving some of these symbols, and maybe show a little demo a little bit at a time and show you guys. It might be in small segments, but I think that'd be kind of fun to do. So something I'm thinking about doing possibly in the upcoming future. But I'm overthinking a lot of this stuff with the art. It's not a bad thing, but I have a feeling I'm overthinking a lot. But hey, it's good to get those ideas, creative juices flowing. And another subject is the Amanita muscaria. And some of you know this as the red Christmas mushroom. It's a red mushroom found in like Scandinavia and Siberia. It's these red mushrooms found under a Christmas tree, and there's white dots. My coworker told me about this also recently, and that'd be kind of an art idea to do, and even something to share about. But it has something to do with pine trees with these red mushrooms underneath, and kind of has something to do with Christmas and why we have red and white packages under the tree, or it's been known to happen. And it's a lot more to it, but that's the general idea. And but lot lot of deep stuff, but it's good stuff, and it's not heavy and overwhelming and stuff. So I guess we'll see what happens, and I'll try to keep you guys updated. And I think it would be fun to show you some artwork and do this manually, and I'll keep you guys posted either way. And it might be sooner, it might be in the distant future, but we'll see what happens. But that's it for today's clip. I know I'm rambling as always, but if you like this video, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and share. And again, I'll keep you updated with the whole art stuff and see what happens. But I'll talk to you soon. Okay, have a good day. Bye bye.